Now, I need to start this video saying that this is not really a cook à la bière because it's not a cook. You need to pay attention to how you say cook à la bière because that pronunciation is very crucial. But also, this is not a cook à la bière, okay? This is inspired by it. So the first thing I'm gonna do, as you can see, is I'm gonna spread a little bit of flour. This is just regular wheat flour on a plate. And the quantity I would say is like 2 spoons. I don't know, just throw a little bit on it. And we're gonna put in a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and boom, that's done. Next thing, put your skillet on. Don't turn it on yet. But also, what we want to do is to dry the chicken breast because it's gonna make it fry better once we put it on the pan. So just tap it onto the paper towel and tap 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 tap. Very dry, amazing, perfect. Next step, we're gonna coat it with the flour that we just mixed, and just no eggs, no nothing, just with the straight up flour. But it was too little flour, so let's put more. Meanwhile, we're gonna melt 1 tablespoon of butter on the skillet. So when we actually finish with the chicken, everything is done at the same time.
What coating with flour does to the chicken breast is it holds in the moisture. So when we finish, it's going to be juicy and tender.
And also check the temperature of the skillet if it's hot enough, but don't touch the butter. That is an important step. Do not touch the butter. Then you're gonna put it on and it's gonna start cooking. Meanwhile, you can cut some vegetables and some stuff. We're gonna start with onion. This is, I believe, is a sweet onion, and just chop it in like slices, I guess. Don't cut your fingers. It's also important instruction. And 2 cloves of garlic. Get it on together, etc. And this is thyme, which I caught from my garden, but we're gonna use like two strands, two pieces, 2 branches. I don't know, 2 times, and turn it around. Turn the chicken around on the butter. When it's like brown and you imagine that it's done, you take it off. More butter on the skillet now. 1 tablespoon again. And now we're gonna try to scrape all that brownie stuff that the chicken left behind. And we're gonna cook the onions and everything else that we cut before. Fancy people would use mushrooms right now, but we're not fancy, so we're not gonna do that. And also, so this whole dish, I concepted it on the fact that I had this half beer left in my fridge. For some reason, I hadn't finished it. So I decided, let me create a recipe that uses it. Turns out it's exactly 1 cup of dark brown beer. Put it in. So just mix it in a little bit. Try scraping all the brown stuff. If it was really hard the first time, try again. And let it simmer a little bit. Once it's thickened, we're gonna put the chicken back on so it can grab a little bit of that flavor. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And mind you, this is all sped up, so don't consider this exact timing, okay? See, this is what it looks like once it's bubbling. Just keep it on high if it's not burning. Important to not burn food. So what I noticed, it was too liquidy, so I decided to put a little bit more wheat on the mixture because the wheat's gonna make the sauce a little bit thicker. But this is not a smart decision because the wheat, once you put it on this way that I'm doing, it creates lumps and bumps, which I'm trying to eliminate with my spoon. It turned out fine. This part was not a problem. But yeah, mix it in. If you need to, like I did, mix a little bit of wheat into the mixture. and break the lumps, break the little balls. So this is when I decided to taste my sauce, which we should be doing when we are cooking, is to taste our food. And I found out that it tasted really bad. And probably that was why I didn't finish the beer in the first place. That was why the beer was in my fridge. It was horrible, at least in my opinion. Nothing against Funky Buddha, but it is really not pleasant. So this is simmering. It is a little bit thickened now. And this is what it looks like. It's bubbling. It looks good. I mean, if I'd never told you that it tasted bad, you would never know. So I guess if what I'm trying to say is, if you are going to try to do this recipe, use a beer that you like and not a one that you left half drank in the fridge like I did and that you didn't drink because it was horrible.
So lesson learned, and thanks for watching.